welcome to episode 01 of Painting with Steve. The goal is to fill in the shadow of these little drawings that I drew on these panels. And these little drawings come from my sketchbook. And I have another series on YouTube called Sketching with Steve, and I draw this kind of stuff in my sketchbook. And so what I want to do is take those drawings, those little sketches, and then transfer them to small canvas, and then sell them. And sell them online, and try to get a little bit of original art into people's hands that might be interested. So let's get started. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to start with these lines. And let's just see how that looks on camera. Okay, that's fine. And I'm just going to start with these lines, and I'm going to make it's not really a full underpainting, and it's more of a drawing I'm going to make. And it's oil paint, by the way. And I'm just going to outline it. And I will see how I feel about it. And then if I like it, I might just paint a little bit more in this little kind of makeshift easel, because we can even check the drawing. It was these kind of rocks with these sort of growths on them. I don't know, it was a weird thing, but that's what I'm gonna make. But yeah, I could probably take it a little bit farther than I think I could without going too far. This is a very nice little brush. It was made by, well, I guess it looks like it was made by Elko. It's a size number 2, and it's like a little filbert brush. And I bought them just the other day to replace some brushes which had basically worn out on me. Worn out in that the hairs were falling out of them when I was painting, and it was tremendously annoying because I was having to paint with a pair of tweezers to pick out all the little hairs from the brushes. And so finally I thought, okay, well, why don't I just buy some new brushes? And I got these online at a Dutch online shop. And I think I will have some fun with this, a lot of fun with this. I've been painting recently from photographs so much, and I'll do some painting reviews as well. I'll take a look at I'll show my work, and I'll paint, or I'll show my work and show what I've painted, and then I can kind of document it a little bit, which might be maybe nobody will watch it. I don't think anybody will watch it, but I can at least have a nice marker, a video journal, and that would be cool to have that. But I think I could have fun with this because it's small, and if I don't like it when I'm done, that's okay, because it's hardly a waste of paint, even if it goes badly. I finished up a couple of smaller paintings recently, and the nice thing about them, I redid each and every single one of them multiple times, but I did finish them. And 2 of them were gifts, so I gave them away. But you should give paintings as gifts. It's wise to make sure it's very small, because it could be that somebody feels obligated which they maybe really wouldn't want. So if you do make paintings of gifts, I recommend small. Smaller the better, you know. So this painting is about these three kind of rocks in clusters. Let's even go back to the sketch. It's about these rocks, and in the painting I've got a little figure here, and there's maybe a little bit of magic, or maybe a bit of interest up here. But it would be a waste of time to attempt to draw all those little dots right at this stage. I think I just thought about it for a second. I thought, why? What's the point? It would just look like, I don't know, little bits of poor punctuation. I thought about this drawing or this painting maybe because of Mike Mignola, or is it Mike Mignola, or is it Mike Mignola? It's the Hellboy guy, and I love his work so much. I absolutely adore it. And I felt like maybe this background has a little touch of that with these kind of rocks, and I'm gonna make them these kind of rock things, you know, and I'll kind of make them a bit distinct. So now I'll just use this little brush for a few minutes, marker, just to kind of pop in push in the background sort of. This guy, you can see a mixture of the paint there. You can see that there's more ultramarine blue down here, and then over here there's more of that Prussian blue, which is nice to have that kind of relationship between the two. But I think I'm going to leave that for now, and maybe I'll come back to that a little bit later, because that's taken forever. And so the idea was to put these two little figures as adventurers here, and even put a little staff on them, you know. And the reason why I want to do that is I don't want to paint figurative stuff right now. I don't feel like getting into all that. Some of it is because of the requirement of a person. I don't know. Like, I think it's just nice to make these big landscapes. I mean, this is a tiny little painting, but to make these big, drawings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a slightly bigger brush, and I'm going to fill in the background here, and I can just fill that in a little bit. I can make sure this is the focus. It's got a low horizon line, even though the camera's kind of up here, but that's okay. And the time of day and stuff, I can just play with that in a second. So I'm going to get a bigger brush. Alright, so I got another brush. It also looks like Elko, yeah. It's a size 12, so it's these kind of filbert brushes. And we can take a little bit of medium. You can see the medium, it's the Neo Megalip from Robert Gamblin. It's lovely stuff, but I think I'm going to change to something called Magic Medium. by Michael Harding. Here you can really see the difference. Yeah, the camera picks it up. You can see how warm this blue is, this ultramarine blue, and then how green the Prussian blue is. And if you're from a gray environment, like me, I'm from Seattle, but I don't live there anymore. But if you're from a gray environment, and you want to paint that gray environment, man, Prussian blue and ultramarine blue will make, you need a little bit of black to desaturate, but will make such a perfect gray sky for you, especially the Pacific Northwest. It just absolutely picks up the colors, and it always kind of makes things look like a Mariners baseball team color with that teal and dark blue and gray, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Okay, so we got some stuff going on here now. And the only thing is this video is getting a little long, so I might just cut it here. And then we can, I'll come back to it in the next episode. And we can go from there. So let's see if I can't get some of that. It's funny to paint on this little tiny easel. It's just the back of an electronic device. Okay, great. Well, that was episode 1. Thanks for joining me for Painting with Steve, and I'll see you in episode 2. Have a great day.